Growing an Instagram account as a photographer isn't just about luck. It's about having a strategy. Today, I kind of want to talk about how I grew my Instagram account to almost 20,000 followers in just a year. Welcome back to a new video. My name is Samuel from Newman Photographs. If you're watching this video, that means you're probably into street photography or just photography in general. This is exactly what I talk about on this channel. So if you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're almost there. I really think it's possible. So if you subscribe, it's one subscriber closer to my goal, and I really would appreciate it. All right, let's get into the video. So I created my Instagram account on June of 2023, right? And in the span of 2 months, I went from 0 to 10,000 followers. So most of you guys know the type of content that I create on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, right? These are street photography videos, basically with my GoPro strapped to my chest. I record my interactions when I walk up to strangers and ask them if I can take their photos. And then I post these on social media. Now, when I started to do this, I had 0 followers on Instagram. My page really started to grow as I started to post more and more of these reels. I was posting like 3 times a day for weeks on end. So if you do the math, for 1 week, that's like 21 posts, 21 reels in just 1 week. Now, I was able to do this because it was the summer, I didn't have school, and I had all the time in the world, right? So I would often go out in the city and photograph people, and I would always have something to post. I post 3 times a day, in the morning, in the evening, and at night. Instagram saw that I was consistent with my uploads. Not only that, but they saw that people liked to watch my videos because my video had a lot of shares, a lot of comments, and a lot of likes. Now, because Instagram saw that I was so consistent and I was always present, it only took me 1 month to go from 0 to 1,000 followers. And the month after that, I had hit 10,000 followers. Now, guys, I'm not making this up. You can even go to my Instagram account and go to my highlights where I documented this whole process. Now, my strategy was just that, to be consistent, to post 2 to 3 times a day, almost every day. On Instagram, it's not really enough to just like a comment. When you reply to that comment or even reply with a question, that will allow the person who left the comment, right, to come back and reply to your question with another comment, right? And they might ask a question, and then you will go ahead and answer that. And if you try to start conversations going, this will grow the amount of comments on your videos and allow you to raise your engagement. Another thing that I would do is a call to action, right? I would post my videos on my story and ask my followers to repost it, to share it on their story, to share it to their friends, share it to their family. With the type of content that I create, it automatically gets shared. Let me explain. I go out and approach random people and take photos of them, right? When they see these photos on Instagram, they like it. They're like, oh my gosh, here are my photos. And then they send that to their friends. It's like, yo, check this out. I got these amazing photos taken by Newman Photographs, this great photographer. And then they would go ahead and post that on their story. And then their friends would post that on their stories. And then it just keeps getting posted and posted and posted. And the way the Instagram algorithm works now, the more shares that your posts get, the more shares that your reels get, that is a big plus for your page. So this is why I always give the advice, even if you're not doing street photography content and you're trying to grow on Instagram, be consistent, keep a good engagement with your followers, and create shareable content. Another thing you could do is use hashtags. Now, I still don't know how much that affects your growth on Instagram or not, but it's kind of like a common rule now to use hashtags. So make sure you use hashtags that are aligned with your niche. When I'm doing hashtags, I use hashtag street photography, hashtag portrait photography, right? Hashtag model, hashtag photography. I just use a few hashtags that are, in my niche, right? And the hashtags will allow your reels or your photos or your posts to reach a greater amount of people. Now, I have found that reels work better if you want to get a bigger growth on Instagram. It is possible to get growth with just posts and photos, but in my experience, at least, I've seen the biggest growth when I post reels consistently. Another thing you have to do, and this is something I always did, is you have to use your insights. You have to use your insights to analyze what is performing well what is not performing well, so that this way you can sort of adapt your strategy, right? If you keep doing the same thing over and over and you don't check your insights, then you won't know if it's working or not. So make sure to check your insights if your views are going up, going down, if you're getting better engagement, lower engagement. You gotta keep an eye on all that. Another way that I grew on Instagram, right, was doing collaborations. I would collaborate with other photographers that are in my niche, that are creating similar type of content as me. And when they would post me on their page, it would give me some visibility, right? And their followers would come to my page, like my content, and follow me. And it would be the same thing for the person I'm collaborating with, right? I post them on my page, my followers see them, they go over to their page, and they follow, they interact with their content. Just make sure that whoever you're collaborating with, that you guys are in the same niche, right? Because the photographers that I collaborate with, we create photography content, right? My followers, they love photography content. This is why they follow me. When they go to the person that I'm collaborating with, when they go to their page, they're most likely gonna like what they're doing. And when they go to my page from the other collaborators, they're gonna like what I'm doing, right? So it's a mutual help. I'm helping them by posting them on my page, and they're helping me. Now, in all of this, certainly there are quite a few challenges that will come your way. I know there are a lot that came my way, and I had to learn how to overcome them. I still have to learn how to overcome them sometimes. What you have to understand is that this stays an experiment, right? You're always trying new things, new types of content to see what works and what doesn't. If you post in a video and it's not performing as well as you thought it would, don't feel put down about it. Go to the analytics, go to the insights, and analyze why this particular video failed. See what you can learn from it and apply that lesson to your next post. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My Instagram page isn't doing as well as it was a few months ago. This is for a multitude of reasons, right? My engagement rate isn't as high as it once was. I'm not as consistent as I once was, right? That is because right after I hit 10,000 followers, I moved to France. I started going to school, started learning a new language and all that stuff. And I got really busy and I started posting less and less on my Instagram account. Sometimes I would have those spikes when I'm posting again, and then it would go like this when I stop posting. Right now, for the last few months, I've been more consistent, and I've been a little bit more present on Instagram, which is working in my favor a little bit. So my Instagram account was technically dead for some time, but now I'm bringing it back up. And that's the thing, once your Instagram kind of reaches this low point, to get it back up, it can be a long process. You can't give up, you have to stay motivated. Because then if you give up, a few months from now, a year from now, you're gonna be like, man, I wonder where I would have been today if I hadn't given up. So stay motivated, keep experimenting, keep posting, just show up. That's all you gotta do, just show up. Now, most of the tips in this video apply for photography content because I create photography content and this is just how I grew my page. But you can also apply some of these tips for any type of niche that you are in. This is just what I'm knowledgeable about because it's just my niche. So if I had to summarize the points in this video for you as to how I grew my page, right? And for any other aspiring photographers that want to get on the Instagram train is consistency, engagement, analyzing insights, collaborations, and staying motivated. Now, I encourage you to go on this journey. And if you are already on this journey, then I encourage you still and be patient. You gotta be patient. Most of these things don't happen overnight, right? You just have to be patient. So these were a few tips to grow your Instagram account. Now, if you wanna learn how to grow your YouTube account, you can watch this video here where I go all over the steps. And you can click here to subscribe to my channel. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep creating, stay creative. Please subscribe. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next one.